Preparing for and cracking CAT exam is a dream of many. But what is the reason behind some people cracking it with a preparation of 2-3 months and others struggling with it for years? The first and most important factor is you should know your syllabus. Then comes your knowledge of exam pattern and then your preparation strategy. So CAT exam is a computer-based objective test that gives you or provides you gateway to enter into IIMs and hundreds of other B schools. This exam tests your ability to enter into management courses. So what are the constituent parts of this exam? Let's try to understand it in the easiest way. So CAT exam has 3 constituent parts, that is VARC, DILR and Quant. Your verbal section tests your verbal ability through RCs or comprehension. Your Quant section tests your ability or your knowledge of basic maths from 6th standard to 10th standard. Your DILR, that is data interpretation and logical reasoning, asks you questions based on data given in form of graph, in form of tables or in form of caselets also. And then you have your logical and analytical reasoning questions in this part. Let us now try to understand each of these sections in detail. So the first section, that is VARC, verbal ability and reading comprehension, has broadly 4 types of questions. The first one is RC, that is reading comprehension. So out of 24, as per the last year's examination where you had total 24 questions in the exam, 16 are from RC, that is 70% of the whole section. Next you have para-jumbles where you get 2 to 4 questions. So in para-jumbles you are given some sentences which are put in a random order and you are asked to arrange them in an orderly way. Next you have question on para-summary, again 2 to 4, where you are given a paragraph and you have to choose the apt summary for that paragraph out of the given options. And then there are 1 or 2 questions from other topics also which are different from the above 3. So while dealing with RC, you need to keep in mind that RCs can be from many areas, like they can be from anthropology, from science and technology, from humanities and social sciences, from economics and business, and even from psychology or philosophy. It is very important that you notice what is the area you have strong hold on, the jargon of which is familiar to you and that is easy or natural to you. Let us now have a look at real question that appeared in CAT 2020 exam. So this is a question based on para-jumbles. Here you have 4 sentences put in a random order. You are supposed to put them in an arranged way so that they make a coherent paragraph, they make a meaningful order. Once you are done arranging them, you can tally your answer from the given options. Similarly, you may have questions from RC also. You can Google and see what type of RCs are there. What you can do is you can build a habit of reading daily and reading from various areas. There should be variety in your reading and this will definitely help you to deal with the RC section. The next we have DILR, data interpretation and logical reasoning, where we saw in 2021 CAT exam that almost 5 to 8 questions were from graph and bar diagrams, 4 to 8 questions were from table and charts, and 7 to 9 questions were from graph and charts. Lastly, 4 to 5 questions were from pie charts. So one thing to be kept in mind while dealing with this section is you may not have discrete questions from individual areas but from a combination of areas. So your strategy should be one oriented to dealing with such questions. So if we talk about DI, there can be questions based on bar graph, line graph, pie chart, okay, tables, Venn diagrams, word problems and data caselets. So if we talk about LR, that is logical reasoning, questions can be in form of visual puzzles, maths puzzles, game and tournaments, clocks and calendars, sequencing, sitting arrangement and direction based question also. So let's have a look at real questions that appeared in the CAT exam. Now here certain information is given in a tabular form. This is a type of DI question. Along the y-axis, you have certain articles of different categories and along the x-axis, you have some dates of first 2 weeks of September. So these tables represent the orders that were placed in first 2 weeks of September. Certain dates are given And on the basis of this, you will be asked in the question to analyze the table and answer some question on percentages or averages. Moving on to our last section, we have quant. This is the section which most of the people find difficult or elusive or the most lengthy one. So here you have questions from arithmetic, number system, algebra, geometry and mensuration, and modern math. If we individually talk about each of these areas, there are certain questions like in arithmetic, there are questions based on percentages, time, speed and distance, averages, time and work, ratio proportion type of question, right? Profit and loss, simple and compound interest type of question, and mixtures allegation type of question. So this particular area of quant syllabus, or we can say the topics of arithmetic, contain maximum marks. That is 9 to 11 questions were seen in last year's paper from this section alone. So this is the one section, or this is the one area you cannot evade, you cannot just leave it. The next is number system, where you get questions based on factorization, unit digit divisibility, binomial theorem, surds and indices, where you had 2 to 4 questions last year. So from algebra, you can have questions based on linear and quadratic equation, on inequalities, functions, logarithms and complex numbers. So there were 5 to 6 questions from this area alone. Next is geometry and mensuration, where you can get questions on lines and angles, triangles, polygons, circles, solids, coordinate geometry and trigonometry. You can be asked to find out area or volume of certain shape that is given to you. So there were 3 to 4 questions from this area alone. The last section is modern math, where you can get questions from set theory, permutation and combination questions and probability. So there were just 1 to 2 questions from this last section. Now you have to prioritize and decide what are the areas that you have good hold on and what are the areas that you can skip. According to it, you can make your preparation plan, your study plan also. So let us look at some questions from quant section. The first question that you have before you is a question of arithmetic based on distance and speed. So here a speed ratio of 2 trains A and B is given, and you have to find the length or the ratio of the length of A and B train. So you can have a look at this question and analyze what are the types of questions that can come from arithmetic, and specifically questions based on distance and speed. Similarly, another question from same area is based on profit and loss. This can also be counted as an allegation question, because you are given here a mixture of 3 different types of teas, or 3 types of teas with different prices, and then you are asked a question on profit also. You can also have a look at this question and analyze it on your own if you want to. Next, you have a question from algebra, where you have to find out a 4-digit number according to the instructions given in this question, and then tally your answer with the given 4 options. Next question is again from algebra based on logs, logarithms. So you are given an equation and you have to find the value of x from this and then find the value of 4x. So these are the types of questions that can come under algebra. So next is the question from geometry. Here, as you can see, a shape of triangle is given to us with labels A, B and C, and ratio of the 2 sides is also given. Now we are also given area of A, D and E. We have to find out the area of this bigger triangle. So this is the type of question that can come in geometry. So that was CAT syllabus for you students. By now, I believe I must have untangled some of the clusters of doubt in your mind regarding CAT syllabus. Now that you know the syllabus, you can easily decide and prioritize your topics, the topics that you can master, and this will definitely help you to ace this exam eventually. That is all for today. Thank you.